Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here. Okay, this is the second video in this series where we are making a brown paper bag ephemera holder. And I want to show you what I have decided to do on my pages. Here are the prepared pages. It doesn't come out right when you try to do both. So, I kind of played around with it, thought about it, and this is what I have come up with. And this is using 4 of these pages to create a 4-page spread, because you've got glassine to put all kinds of things in these little slots, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, now the thing that I'm not 100% sure of, I may want to stitch down the middle of these. And why, you ask? Well, some of you will already know where I'm going with that. Sometimes the wider your space and you're dealing with pockets, you know, you may have loosey-goosey going on here and you don't want it to flop. And so I may need to do something. But I'm not going to do that until I actually play with and put some ephemera in to decide that. And each page or 4-page spread can be different. This is where you are going to decide what's going to work for you. And by the way, hello. How are you? I'm just so excited to dig right in here. How rude. I apologize. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I think you're amazing. And I love the fact that some of you come and join with me and that you share some of your precious time with me. I appreciate that. And I never, ever want to take that for granted. You're important. You really are important to me. I love our YouTube community and the creative platform, or just the community. I just think it's amazing. And anyway, so hopefully everything's going well in your world. So let's go through. I will show you real quickly. Let me bring this back. This is the original book. And here are pockets that I have. Let's see, I want to bring some little guys in here to show you what I was thinking. And I'm trying to be more thoughtful about this particular one. Now, for instance, this is just real small here, but it's a perfect size to fit little guys and not get them lost, okay? Whereas something bigger, it has more chance of flopping out. So the smaller ephemera pieces will need smaller bits of glassine or tracing paper or whatever it is that you are going to use, or plastic. You can use, you know, anything that way. The idea is if you can see through it, then it's easier to look at it at a glance and you can get a better idea if it's going to work for you. Okay, so what I did was I did one small pocket on each page for tiny, really quite small ephemera bits. And I'm so excited, I want to show you this as well. If you didn't watch my I think it's my second video where I talk about having gone to Hobby Lobby. I was gifted a gift certificate for Mother's Day, a gift card, and so I teased and said I have to go, which obviously I was thrilled to go. And there were many things that were on sale, and one of my purchases, which this was 50% off coupon on both of these things, Sewology, and I bought myself a wave blade, and I showed you how I did these different blades. That's how I have created this. And I just think it's so fun. Look at the difference already. I'm just like, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. I'm learning. I mean, these are nice, and I love this. Don't get me wrong. I love this. But one of the reasons that I'm using a wavy blade here is it's actually a little bit easier to access when it's not all straight. Your finger has a little bit more play to reach in and pull something out. And for those of you that do jewelry or whatever, I also have a couple of these, which are very handy for pulling things out and putting things back in my holder. And this is just a simple little tool, you know, to hold things and pull it out. I'm sure there are tons of different things out there that you can buy for that. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. So I decided that I would start with the center. This is going to be my center page, and I was going to keep my smaller ephemera in the center of my book. And I actually measured this time because I wanted to keep it really uniform, and I just decided what kind of spacing that I wanted, and I cut out from my glassing papers, and we will just go ahead. Let's go ahead now and move on to that part. Now we're going to work with my second set of 4. Remember me talking to you about the one flap, that this is where we're going to join together? But that was when I was going to just add a piece of paper in the center, because I'm doing double, and so this will not be used in that manner at all. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my flap, which is 4 thicknesses of my paper, is on the outside, and then 4 thicknesses of my paper is on this outside. Being that since this is more the outside, this is going to get more wear and tear, so I want my greater strength to the outside. That's my thinking on that. Okay, so you'll need a ruler, you'll need your glassing paper, you've got your paper bag cut to size. This again, this makes this 8 and not quite a quarter, but a little over an 1/8, kind of in between there. So almost a quarter, 8 1/4, and this of course is 10 lengthwise here. So what I did, oh, and because there's always going to be a back flap, I just go ahead and I am, gluing that down. Okay. Whichever one is going to show my pockets. I don't have to glue this one down because I'm going to have a double set of pages on the back. But this is going to show. So I want to glue that down so it doesn't catch or do anything funky. Anything weird. Okay, so Okay, glassine paper. So what I did first was I trimmed the glassine paper to the size, the width-wise, okay? And then you just have to kind of decide what size pockets do you want, how much, how deep do you want your pockets, skinny, narrow, medium? Do you want them close together? Do you want space? This is the part where you may take a look at your ephemera and make some decisions, based on that. Let me show you again. In fact, first of all, let's get this back out and let's put these back in here just to get them out of the way for now. Now let's turn this over and you can see what I did on here. I only have 4 slots, or what would you call these? Pockets, I guess, pockets. And they're wider than these. I've got 6 on here and I've got 4 on here. And I've determined, to have a little bit of space in between. This is all personal choice, you guys. And I don't have like a given rule that, oh yeah, this is the way you do it. It's all dependent upon your own personal desires and your needs of what your ephemera looks like, what kinds of images and things you're going to put in your pockets. So let's just go on the supposition that I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do one of these. I'll just do another 4 pocket and I'll show you how I did that. So let's see, let me measure again. Okay, 1.5 inches is the size, and I am measuring this on the down size of the wave, not the top size of the wave, the top side. The very bottom of the wave is where I'm measuring, and I'm doing 1.5. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to measure 1.5 inches again, and this time we're going to bring our wave cutter, This is taking a little getting used to, by the way. I'm not perfect at it because I've never had one of these before. And that's a little bit more than what I wanted, but that's okay. We're learning. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm doing this, is just doing one and then the other. Doing straight stitch, then wave. Straight stitch, then wave. And let's see, I'm going to stand up for this part. That actually helps me with doing the wave cutter. To keep it in close to the ruler. Okay. And then again, measuring the lowest part of the wave and do the straight stitch. Okay. And it looks like I've got enough space here to do one more with the wave cutter. And then I'm going to straighten this out and go ahead and give this a trim with the straight edge. So that gives me an additional, if I want to do a skinny pocket. Okay, So that's basically how I'm cutting my pockets. So we'll just set those aside. And then what I'm using is my art glitter glue. I love this stuff. It dries clear. I just love to use it. So I'm going to go up on my sides and then down across the bottom. You don't have to do this if you want to stitch, or you can use a different glue. But I like this. And actually, for the time involved in creating the folder, I'm perfectly good with having this little glue line here. If I wanted to, say if I were making this super fancy and I'm giving it as a gift to someone, I might want to come in here with some fabric or lace or washi tape and glue that on too to give it, you know, a really pretty decorative look. But I'm wanting utilitarian. So, okay, so it's about 1.5 inches high. So I'm going to go ahead and glue on both sides. And my lines are not super straight. Why, you say? I don't know, because I'm just shaky and it's nerve-wracking when you're doing it on, you know, on video. Okay. First one down. Then I'm going to get this, and because I'm reproducing this page, I went 2.5 inches. So I am measuring 2.5 inches down to the bottom of my pocket here. And that's going to be my next glue line. So this is what I'm doing. Just gluing using that straight edge. That does a much better job than I do. And we'll add another pocket. Okay. See how easy? These are wonderful, but you can use a ruler, you can use, you know, whatever straight edge that you might have that has a little bit of lift so that it gives you that edge. Okay, now I'm measuring 2.5 inches again to the bottom right here. Okay, we'll glue down the side, and across. And you could even, we can do it this way. I'm going to leave that in place, and then I'm going to put this down. I can do it that way if I want. And then I just wipe it occasionally just to make sure that I'm not building up a bunch of glue there. Okay. And this seems to be, you know, I'm actually really happy with how this is working. Using a ruler is actually making my job easier. And pre-cutting my pockets is also very helpful. And this, of course, will dry clear. You can see that already. You can see where it's dried here. And it's nice and solid. I mean, you slip that in there. It's not going anywhere. It's good. Okay, so that's one side of one page. That's one page. Okay, now let's do the opposite page. And there again, I want to make sure that my doubled up paper is going to be on the outside edge. Oh, crud, I didn't do, okay, that's what I did. Sorry, this is this one. Now this is this side. Okay, I got a little confused. It happens. Oh my goodness, does it ever happen? So how have you guys been? What have you been working on? Are you going to do a summer vacation this year? Are the COVID restrictions in your area, whether you're in the U.S. or out of country somewhere, are they easing up for you guys? I have to say, I am so very grateful. The Lord has He's just blessed us so much. We've had our COVID shots, and in the state of Arkansas where we live, it's really, they've lifted the restrictions on the masks, and some places you can go without masks, some still are, and we can move around, it's not like it used to be, granted. It's I don't know, guys, if it's ever going to go back the way it used to be. But maybe these are better days and ways. Excuse me. So I'm getting another sheet of glassine paper, and I'm going to measure this. And let's see, I want 8 and not quite. So now here, normally I would cut it with my straight edge, but I'm going to cut it, going to stand up again. I'm going to cut it with my wavy. So that will give me another pocket. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my straight edge. So there's very little waste. That was the whole idea, of doing that, so that this is very little waste. I've got the extra, pocket here if I need it. Okay, so I need 2 more to do this one. So let's go ahead. We're doing them 1.5 inches. I'm standing up to do this. And if you don't have something like this, you could use pinking shears. You could use your wavy scissors. I don't find them terribly effective, but some people like them. Or you can just use straight edge, or you can rip your edge too. You have all kinds of possibilities with that. Oh, I want to leave the glue out. So I'm not going to cut any more because I wanted to decide before I cut pockets what depth I want them. So we'll just set this out of the way. We just needed a couple more here. We're going to measure our 2.5 inches right here. Then we will do the side, and the bottom. This is so much faster than sewing. And this is coming from a girl who loves her sewing machine. I do. I love sewing. Love it. But, I like a variety of things. Okay. So we're going to do that. Okay, we'll put our last pocket on here, and we will have this page ready to go. Okay, so far so good. Isn't this fun? You guys, this is exciting. I'm loving the fact that, and I hope that you are doing this with me. Okay, I start at the center of the book, okay? or yeah, the holder, whatever you want to call it. And then I build my pages out. So the center page is going to be the narrowest page. Every page that has to go on top of has to fold around the bulk, which gives it more bulk. So what I want to do here, I'm going to just kind of guesstimate here. How much? Let's see, that's kind of coming up, maybe, say maybe 1/8 of an inch. Maybe. I'm gonna do this. Fold this and see what that's looking like. Let's try 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm doing is each time I put a set of pages together, I want to make sure that it wraps around nicely so that the pages are fairly, even. It doesn't have to be. It's not a exact science, but I like to keep it within range, within reason anyway. And I have these old envelopes that I've had for a long time that I am going to use. This is, I've cut it 10 inches, which is the length. And the first set that I did, I cut at 1/2 an inch. Now I'm going to increase that by 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to trim that to 1/8 of an inch. Okay? Tyvek, strapping tape, a fabric, something that is going to give some stability is what you want to use. All right. I'm going to turn this upside down for just a sec. And I'm going to put a ruler to be a guide here so that there aren't like this, the bottom. I want the bottom to be equally distanced, okay? And I'm opening up just about 1/8 of an inch here, and we are going to glue. I've made it so that there will be about 1/8 of an inch overlap, I'm thinking. You can do it wider if you would like, and I may do it wider as I get going here. And this one I did make it, a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and position that again. And let's scooch this in. So this is just about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So let's just center that, you guys. And center it here. Okay. And that will make it, it looks like it's just a little bit off center as I look at that, so I can lift that up. Now let's pull it around here and see how we did. That looks pretty good, except that except that I did this, so now I have to redo this. All right. So, like I said, this is not a perfect science, and that it was better if I didn't try to hurry that too fast. So let's get that down again, and then we'll leave it alone. We'll just leave it alone. Let's get that up there. We want to make sure we've got that good, so it's good straight edge. Okay. All right. And we have finished our double page. Okay. Now I'll show you on this double page what I have done is taken washi tape and covered. Now I did not stitch here. You could if you want. You can also add glue to your washi tape to make sure that it's nice and secure and down the way you want. So this is the width of the washi tape, and then this is the washi tape folded over half to the other page. Now I did on this one, I did fabric, which is awesome. I love this. This was so much fun. But I wanted to do something different, and I also wanted to do something that I felt like was perhaps easier for many people to do if you don't sew, or you know, you're just trying to get down the basics and whatnot. This is just a little simpler version, but it's still amazing, and I'm going to I'm loving this. And then feel that, you guys. It's just, oh, this is delightful. Okay, so this is pretty exciting. We got this done. I won't do any washi tape until we get the other page done. So I'm going to shut the video off right now. I'm going to do the other double page. Then I will be back and show you how we put the 4 pages together, and then we'll call that good for video number 2. All right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, we have 2 pages. I kept it simple and did these identical to the previous ones. So now it's just a matter of, and I have to tell you guys, I was so excited about doing this. I started gluing it and then remembered that you haven't seen that part. So I took it apart before it was able to stick down. Okay, so I am just putting a glue to just kind of hold it down a little bit. I'm not being terribly particular, just, you know, and I'm not necessarily trying to make it to where every single thing is glued either. It is important that your pockets face the same way. So now you put your insides together. Okay. And then we are going to just smooth that out. We'll turn it over. And this is good. This is good. Good, 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 good. So now it's just a matter of adding washi tape, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. I will stitch, but I'm going to put washi tape first, and you can glue the washi tape as well so that you don't have to stitch if you don't want to. And let's see, this is what I did for this page. And this one, I mean, look how cool that's going to wrap around. That's looking pretty good. By the time the washi tape gets on there, it's going to make this a little bit fatter, so I think that's going to be pretty perfect for the second page. You just have to keep in mind, if you're doing it this way, just remember what order your pages are so that, you know, you keep that straight. And I think I want to mix it up. So I'm coming over to get some different possibilities. I think we're going to go pink this time. So let us see what we can see. You know, somebody had a video where they took their washi tape off and they put it on these, and they were able to keep it in smaller areas, and I started to do that. And let me share with you guys, that was a royal pain in the and so I'm never doing that ever again. No, ever. That was just such a waste of time. It's like, who has time to do all that? But hers looked so fabulous, which is why I wanted to do it. You know. Okay, we're going to go with bees and butterflies here. Still kind of vintagey, but this will be fun. And I am going to glue a little bit. Oh boy, I don't like it when it curls like that. Let me set that down. And we will just glue just a little bit, just a touch. So how is yours coming along? Are you having fun? Is this something that you think you might really be enjoying? I hope so. I'm going to move that up a little bit. Okay. I'm enjoying this. And you know what, in all honesty, not that I wouldn't be honest, I don't know why do we say that phrase anyway? It's kind of dumb. Anyway, this makes this project more enjoyable for me to share with you. I have you guys working along. And I would love if you would hashtag me on Instagram, Winstead Ronda, and that's without an H, all small letters. I'd love to see what you've created or what you're going to create. Okay. All right. This is going to be so much fun. Okay. Middle is done. Okay. Oh, I didn't, did I? I think we will, we'll do, how did I do this one? See, I have to look at these projects and be like, oh, you know what I did? I did these first and then did the center. No, I didn't. Okay. I put the sides on last. But I think I'm going to put the top and bottom on last this time. And I'm going to do this over the edge. This makes it super, super easy to do this, you guys, without sewing. You want to make sure that your washi tape is a pretty good one. You don't want the ones that are, you know, washi tapes, just like everything else, there are different qualities. Some are better than others. I have some that they rip so easily. And so I, you know, obviously I'm trying to avoid that. So you can see I am just gluing that. And you can glue this down too. I mean, you can glue these all down. You can see the thicknesses there. That's going to make it really wonderful for giving stability to this ephemera folder. Really, really well. And I love paper bags. I mean, I don't know why I have this thing with paper and paper bags and glassine and, yeah. Did I say glassine on these? Have I been using that word? I don't remember. You're going to have to tell me. Because if I have, I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I am not using glassine. I am using vellum. Vellum, vellum, vellum. Okay. Glassine is thinner, harder to well, I do have glassine. Anyway. So we are just finishing up here. And then what you'll do, guys, is you just make however many pages that you're wanting to, you know, create in your journal. Do each page just like I showed you. You'll measure, giving yourself plenty of room to wrap around the previous pages. Okay. And then you will, when we're all done with however many pages you're going to do, then we'll bind the book together. And I may make a special cover, but I might not. I'm not 100% sure. I have to think about that too. This is all, we're just kind of on the fly. I just wanted to do a project with you, and I have had some requests, and so I thought this would be a fun one to work on together here. We've almost got this done. Ready for the stitching or not, as you can see. So, that's cool. I like that. Okay. So I am going to cut that off there. I'm going to just kind of leave that for a second because I do want to glue. And washi tape has a tendency to curl when you go any length. And so I want to avoid it, you know, getting nasty to work with. Okay, so I'm trying to, there again, I'm trying to stay within, you know, about a halfway-ish. It's not perfect, but we will do our best. But yes, I'll put a picture of mine on Instagram when I get my book done, or maybe even just the page here, and then when I get the whole book done as well. And I would love to see what you have done and your process, or, you know, maybe this is just giving you an idea of something else that is an even better idea, or just different, and you're loving it. And I would certainly love to see that as well. We are trimming off the ends. Then I'm burnishing it with my bone folder. Okay. And we have one more to do. And this has been great fun. Just great fun to have you with me. Whoops, whoopsie, whoopsie. This is Saturday that I am working on this. Not sure when you will be viewing this. I will likely put this up. I won't produce this during the weekend. I will wait until Monday or Tuesday of the coming week, I think, before I do this video. Okay. So that has been a great use of this little bit of tape. Sometimes I don't use my washi as much as I could, and I've got a lot, and it feels kind of wasteful. And so this is a wonderful, this is kind of cool to be able to use it in this way. Let's go ahead and put the lid on there. And we will just push and fold that around. Okay. Just fold that down. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and it can give you some ideas to inspire you and your project. We'll turn it over and burnish this side. We'll trim off these two little bits, and then we shall put this. Okay, that's how we have it folded. Okay, page 2. Look at that, guys. Isn't that wonderful? And look, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Keeping in mind that when we get more and more done, they'll have a tendency to pull away from the center. And that's why when you get the needle and thread and you stitch them together, they'll come back. But here we go. We've got 8 pages already done in this new holder. So I'm excited. Thank you for joining me. Work on yours. The next video will be when we have our pages all together. I'll work on mine and you work on yours, and then we shall put them together and decide if we're going to do an outside holder or what we want to do that way. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you, and I hope that until next video, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Bye-bye, guys.